I'm doing what is known as a video log, but for short, I call it V-log. Where's my phone? Ah, there it is. It is April 2nd, and it's 7:26 p.m., and that's what the outside looks like. So now that we're up to speed, today I was supposed to work from 2 to 4, but I worked from 9 to 10 first, down south, because I filled in for somebody. I did that twice this week. I think I pretty much fill in for somebody every week, it seems like. But, like from one day before, but, so it was from 9 to 10, so I rode my bike, down there. It was at south. 4 miles each way, so I rode 8 miles today, which was awesome. But that was the only exercise I got, because my mom called me, like right when I was getting off work, and wanted me to come over. She said she had all this stuff to give me, but like I went over there and all she had to give me was a pillow. So, because I bought one of those like form-fitting pillows, and then, but it came to her house because everything that I order in my house gets stolen. So, but it came to her house and she's like, "Oh, I like these." I was like, "Oh, do you want to have it?" I was just going to give it to her. She's like, "Oh, I already have one, but I'll give you mine." So, but then she said that the one that I bought was so good that she wanted to give it back to me. So anyways. But she gave me this really nice breakfast, and we talked for a while. And then, see, I was pretty much busy all day. And then I came back here, and then I was cleaning and stuff. And then I went to Home Depot, and I spent like $300. Yeah, like after taxes, before taxes $287, after taxes $313. Well, I tried to get 45 plants, something like that. So, because like 45 plants died last year, and I was gonna grow myself, but then I was like, no, I need plants. So this is what my house looks like with all the plants. I haven't even counted all the plants I have. Probably over 100. You know, they're everywhere where you could put one, like down there. And that, I needed to buy some more plants. I didn't get enough. I figured it'd be better to not get enough than to buy too many. But I like to have the effect of like just maximum plants. And I think I might need to buy more pots too and plants there. But I just have them everywhere, dude. Everywhere. Everywhere. So like you walk in, oh shit, this light is on. So you walk in and the idea is that you're just bombarded with jungle. So I should get a light up there, so I could put more plants up there. But it's like, and then I've got this. Oh shit! Is it dying? Oh no! I forgot to give it water. This thing needs way more water than I realized, and I think light. Check it out. How this is the same exact height as the TV, like to within a millimeter. And then with my mirror, behind this is a mirror. It's the entire room from the ceiling all the way down to like almost the floor. And look how close, look how close I got this. All the way down the whole thing. Perfect precision engineering, American style. So, anyways, then there's a whole bunch of plants out there. I should put on. I have 3 rows of plants. So, I mean, that would be hundreds of bucks. So I was thinking today for those, I'm going to do the ones that I just grow myself. Because I kind of feel like I've spent enough money. But I don't know, I might freak out and be like, I need more plants to make it look good. I still haven't gotten to the bottom of my taxes, and I got a bunch of new mail today, so I'll try to do that maybe as soon as I can get around to it. As long as I'm not working on my website. Anyways, so I went to the store, and then I came back, and I was trying to plant them, and then I went to read with this 93-year-old lady for 2 hours from 2 to 4, which is only like a 5-minute walk that way. And then the other place I work is like literally a 2-minute walk that way. In fact, I could show you where I work. I work there, that building. That's the building I work in. But I don't usually work there. I mainly work at the one down south, which is fine because I like to ride my bike. But so then I came back and then it was 4, and yeah, that's when I proceeded to plant these, and I guess I've been doing that since then. It must have taken a while, but that's all I can remember doing. So yeah, I basically stayed busy. I should buy more birds because I only have 2 now, and the most birds I ever had was 6, and that was cool because when you have 6 birds, that's when they start to behaving like flocks and they start flying all together back and forth. Yeah, and it's just like. But I made the mistake that I only had them in the cage for like a day because I got antsy. I like lost patience before I let them out. And if I do that again, because they're kind of expensive, they're like $45 each. So I should have them in there for at least a week so that they watch how these guys fly. They notice that these guys don't fly through the window here. They notice that these guys don't land and hang out with the ferrets. They notice that there are ferrets. Because like a month ago, I got 2 new birds because I only had 1 left because one of them died. It disappeared. It had like stomach cancer, and I never find the bodies when my birds die, except for this other one because I smelled like dead flesh, and then I saw my ferret gnawing on something. Yeah, and then I saw these 2 wings just spread out, and I was like, oh fuck! It got my bird. That was the first bird that I saw it. The first parakeet that I saw it get. It got my my cockatiel a couple years ago. My ferrets. Yeah, my ferrets got it. By climbing in the cage. I didn't know they could do that. So you see that cage? Just so you know, with those bars, ferrets have the athleticism to climb all the way to the top of those cages and then climb all the way in, get a bird that's at the bottom, and then climb with the bird, climb all the way out. And then jump out. They can do that. So, I don't know why they haven't done on that particular cage. I guess if they try, the birds just fly away. Yeah, so, because I had the top open, and I would have closed it, but I didn't even think the ferrets could do that. But so I felt really bad, but anyway, and cockatiels are expensive, and I got lucky and got that for like $30 at the Humane Society. Anyway, so, yeah, I just got done with that. So, as far as exercise, this is like my exercise blog. As far as exercise goes, like my muscles are sore. I went in and I lifted 39,000 pounds of weight yesterday at the gym. And that was enough to get my pecs sore. And yeah, my biceps are sore. And I think even my thighs were sore. And so, yeah, and my abs too are sore. So... So, it was a good enough reason to not exercise today. And plus, me moving around, that's exercise. Like me planting and all that. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do, and hopefully I'll stop hiccuping all the time. I hiccup all the time because of... I hiccup and yawn all the time because of all the weed and lack of exercise I've been smoking. I went to Costco yesterday and I was like... driving and trying to talk to my mom because we went there with her, and I kept hiccuping like every 2 seconds. I was like and it was aggravating my mom. She's like, why can't you stop doing it? Hold your breath. And I'm like, the only way I know how to do it is putting sugar under my tongue. But don't you like, isn't that unhealthy to hold your breath? Because now you're like stressing, you're like you're gonna stroke or something or pop something. But anyway, yeah, so, and I also think maybe it was energy drinks, because it's screwing up my nervous system, you know, confusing my nervous system, I don't know. But I don't do any of that anymore. I have zero desire to do weed, energy drinks, coffee, anything unhealthy. In fact, I was eating a pizza today, and the only reason I bought a pizza at Costco yesterday, because my mom put it in there. Like, I was buying a bunch of stuff, like healthy stuff. And my mom goes, and you know what's really good is those soju fruit juices, those really healthy, like grain juices, yeah. But, my mom's like, here's 2 pizzas, and like gave them to me, and I was like, okay, thanks. But then I brought them back, and I was like, God damn it, because I don't want to live on cheese and stuff. But oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, yeah. So, oh man, and then I remembered, and then I forgot again. Whatever. My brain is definitely not all that strong. Tomorrow I get off of work at 12:30. Luckily, I haven't really been working that much lately. It's cool. Like if you take out my 2 12-hour overnights that I do every week, which is 24 hours of work, it's kind of like I have a very part-time job. Like I think when I first got hired, they said it was full-time, like 30 hours a week. So that kind of seems like around about what it would be. So they said I was like even overtime for a little bit at the beginning, anyway, I get off at 12:30 tomorrow, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna try to do my taxes. I think I'll be sober enough to call around and figure out what the hell they want, or pay them whatever exorbitant fee they want for my taxes. I probably pay a higher tax rate than like anybody because of all the fees they give me. The fucking IRS, like last year, sent me a letter saying that I owed $3,500 from like taxes from like 3 years ago, and without saying why or anything, and that they were going to, and they just sent me one letter. It's not like they were warning me. They just out of the blue sent me a letter, and I didn't open it for like a week, and then so by the time I opened it, I noticed they were already taking money out of my bank, and so it was like a week after this deadline they gave me, and they took $150 out of my bank. They straight up took it right out, and they were going to take $150 out of my bank a week, and this is in fees. This wasn't having anything to do with the money I owed them. This was like all of a sudden they're giving me interest, which is completely insane. Who came up with that idea? Because that would make it impossible to pay it back. Because people don't pay taxes because they can't, or at least in a situation like that, where they're getting blindsided by something that they never knew they owed. So, but luckily for me, I had my $70,000 HELOC house loan, and I just happened to have like $3,000. No, at the time it was my $50,000 HELOC loan, and I just happened to have like $4,000 in it, and so I used my HELOC loan to pay this phantom tax they gave me, with the other $150 that they're. And I looked and I called, and this lady was all being a bitch to me, and I'm like, then nobody ever told me. She's like, of course they didn't. And like that was rude as hell. But I was like with my mom, so at my mom's house. But and then so I'm gonna fill out this form called like the 383 or whatever to complain. But anyway, that's the IRS for you. And so yeah, ever since then, every year they're always sending me letters. Like I do my taxes, and then they send me a letter, and they sent me a letter that was like really vague. They're like, you need the document to be sent in by 2 weeks, within 2 weeks. I was like, what document? It was literally like that. Maybe I needed to call them and ask them what document they wanted. But anyway, I wasn't able to do any of that. I was too hooked on my website. Yeah. If you're like one of these narcissistic virtue signalers right now, hate watching me and going, well, how can you couldn't do that? Well, I also wasn't exercising. Which one's worse? Anyways, wow, check it out. I've never seen 2 birds at the same time looking in the mirror. Usually it's just one. But now both of them are wanting to do it. Yeah, I see them staring directly in that mirror, and look how filthy they made it by pecking at it. I need to go and clean that mirror. Anyway, yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to ride to work. I'm going to come back and then clean. I think I'm going to clean the floor today. And then try to do taxes. And then definitely exercise tomorrow. Definitely exercise. In fact, I would have today. And the only reason I didn't was because of these plants. I really want to make my house look spick and span. And now I have time to keep it that way, because I'm not working on my website at home anymore, so I can, like, perfect it and fix all the little things that, because, like, I fix a lot of stuff on the wall and like with Velcro, and I don't like reinforce them with screws all the time. And if you want the stuff to last, you have to reinforce the Velcro with screws. And so I need to do that with a couple of things around here, like that light right there. But you can't even put screws in where it is, so maybe I'll bring it in. Anyways, so that's my vlog for today. Didn't exercise, but I didn't have to because my muscles are sore. So my body is, you know, getting better from that. Hey guys, he just did a flyby. You know, man, hey, do another flyby. I need to start filming the birds flying by. Here, let's try to do cinema photography. Howard Hughes. Here come the arrow birds. Woo, arrow bird. Haha. No, that wasn't good. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I'll talk to you later, okay?